What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. So for today's video, I have a major announcement on a business credit funding play. So some of you may remember the Rural King Harvest Business Visa Card. Now this was a co-branded Visa card through Rural King Harvest in a collaboration with Redstone Federal Credit Union. So they're sending out special invitations. Now what happened is Rural King and Redstone Federal Credit Union have since terminated their partnership. And so now Rural King has added a new sponsoring bank partner to issue the Rural King Harvest personal and business credit cards. So now they're going to be offering the UMB Visa Signature Business Rewards credit card. So if you have an existing Rural King Farm credit card through Redstone Federal Credit Union, it's no longer going to be available. And I think that it's officially sunsetting sometime in either February or March of this year. So in terms of this new partnership, right, it's a special offer of 20,000 points when you spend $2,000 in the first 90 days. You get 2x points per dollar on your top 2 merchants each month and 1x points everywhere else. And one of the great benefits, again, there's no annual fee. It also comes with a 0% introductory APR for 9 months. So again, I got that letter a couple weeks ago, but as you can see on PR Newswire, they made an announcement that Rural King launches a new Rural King Rewards Visa card with 5% back in rewards. Now this just came out a couple of days ago, so this is hot off the presses. But for existing members, you've probably got a letter in the mail stating that Rural King and Redstone are no longer collaborating on the Visa card, and they have this new partnership with UMB Bank. Now, real quick about UMB Bank, this is actually the first time I'm hearing about them, but when it comes to the credit cards, now they don't allow you to apply directly. What they basically do is work with third parties like retailers such as Rural King to basically offer a white labeled credit card. So UMB Bank is underwriting and servicing it, and pretty much the only way you can apply is through one of their, third party partnerships. So this isn't like a direct website where you actually can apply. As you can see, they really work with different brands to offer co-branded credit cards. So if you go on their website, it's not like you can apply directly. Now to apply for the business card, what you can do is call them at this number right here, 844-958-1299, or email at smallbusiness@umb.com. So what'll happen is they'll send you this sort of brochure, which just goes over what I just went over, right? You get 2x points at the top 2 merchants, 1x points everywhere else. You get a low intro APR on purchases for 9 months. And again, this 20,000 bonus point offer after spending $2,000 in the first 90 days. So the 20,000 points is equal to $200 in statement credit. So think of it, you spend $2,000 within 90 days, you can get $200 in statement credit back. Now, in terms of some of the requirements, right? So right here it says company credit limits greater than 10,000 for an applicant that was formed or has been in business less than 2 years will require copies of the 2 most recent year-end federal tax returns for each person who owns 20% or more of the business. So basically what this means is that if your business is less than 2 years old and you're requesting more than $10,000, then you will have to provide financials. Also, company credit limit requests greater than 20,000 and applications from nonprofit entities and retailers require the 2 most recent year-end balance sheets and income statements or federal tax returns for the entity. Now, what this means is that if you're requesting $20,000 or more, regardless of how long you've been in business, you will have to provide financials. Some other important information is that we do not offer a revolving payment option when your company credit limit is greater than 25,000. So essentially what this means is that limits over 25,000, it becomes basically a charge card. So if you want a revolving business credit card, 25,000 is going to be the maximum limit. Now, if your business is approved for a company credit limit greater than 50,000, you will be required to provide annual financial reports, income statements, and balance sheets each year after approval. So it seems like they have a couple different tiers. Now, let's say you don't want to provide any sort of documentation. You basically want to keep the requests of $10,000 or less. If you do want over 10,000, but you're in business less than 2 years, you will have to provide financials. All businesses requesting over 20,000 will have to provide financials. And any limit request greater than 25,000, it basically turns into a charge card. So if you want that revolving card, the max limit is going to be 25,000. So again, if you want a revolving business credit card, you probably want to just request 25K. Right here, this is actually an email between the small business specialists at UMB Bank, and they indicated that they pull from TransUnion. So I just wanted to share that data point. Now, for those who remember, Rural King had a rule to where if you wanted to be eligible for the business visa, your business basically had to be within 50 miles of the nearest location. However, I did get some clarification from the representative at UMB Bank, and pretty much what they said is that there's no geographic restrictions. Now, as you can see right here, I said before I move forward with the application, I just want to make sure that I am eligible. My business is in Maryland. Does that fall within the geographic footprint of UMB for business credit cards? And the response that I got was there should not be an issue with where the business is located for the business credit card. The primary reason is due to the connection with Rural King. Now, this is a game changer because this opens this particular business credit card up to more businesses. So you don't necessarily have to fall within that 50-mile radius of the nearest location compared to your business address. Now, just to recap, so Rural King Harvest Business Visa is no longer with Redstone Federal Credit Union. So if you did have a credit card previously, that is actually going to be sunsetting within the next couple of weeks. But for those who were existing members, you probably did get an invitation to apply for the UMB business visa card. This comes with 0% APR intro for 9 months on purchases, no annual fee. There's a 20,000 point bonus after you spend $2,000 within the first 90 days. You get 2x points on your top 2 spend categories per month, 1x point on all other. The limits go as high as 50. However, over 25,000 requests is going to basically be a charge card. So if you want a revolving business card, you want to stay at 25,000 or less. And if you don't want to provide any sort of documentation, your request has to be below $10,000. Any request over $20,000 is automatically going to trigger financials. And if your business is less than 2 years old, you will have to provide financials if you want anything over $10,000. So if your business is, let's say, more than 2 years old, let's say you have a 4-year-old business and you request $15,000, then you will not have to provide financials. But regardless of the age of the business, any request over 20K, they're going to want financials. And in terms of who they're pulling from, is going to be a hard pull on your TransUnion credit report. Now, I did double check. Now, with the personal credit card, you can apply online. However, with the business credit card, the best route to do is to just contact them. You can call them. The phone number, again, is 844-958-1299, or you can email them. That's probably going to be the fastest way. And then they'll send you an application. You fill out the application and return it to them. Now, overall, I think this new collaboration partnership between Rural King Harvest and UMB Bank is going to be better than the previous partnership through Redstone Federal Credit Union. So for those who are aware, Redstone Federal Credit Union was the largest credit union in the state of Alabama. But sometimes with credit unions, they may be limited in terms of their geographic footprint. I think working with an actual bank like UMB is going to open the door for more businesses to be able to apply for the business credit card. And from what I understand, the limits can actually go a little bit higher. Now, the data points have changed. So when it was with Redstone Federal Credit Union, they pull from Experian. However, with this new partnership with UMB, is going to be pulling from TransUnion. Now, what I do like about the Rural King Harvest Business Visa card is the fact that it's somewhat like a hidden trade line. So when they were with Redstone, this account did not report and it did not help with building business credit, but it is a good card. Let's say if you want to hide some utilization, it's not going to report personal and it's not going to report on the business credit reporting agency. Anyways, that's all for today's video. Let me know your comments and questions right down below. And until next time, take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.